Okay. And I need some sound. Let me know in the chat room if the sound is okay for you. With a yes, that would be great. Okay, thank you, Gigi. And I think I have some people I know here. Anyway, Ninsham is there, who following long time ago, long time ago. Hello, Ninshan. Okay, so I hope you have sound. It looks like, okay. Okay, so we start. I do this quickly because I'm quite busy this morning. And I've been a little bit upset. I will explain you why. Not about you, of course. So the most important, I think, to start is the chart I posted this morning, sorry, which is this chart that you have seen with the 100% extension we have there. And this extension was a target together with a trend line. So as some people are saying me, I am lucky. Well, it's not lucky, it's a question of technical views. So we stopped right on this trend line. We went to the 100% extension there. It's the cleanest chart I am using just to have something very clean. So if we would break above there, which could happen on a spike, as I have been saying for the last weeks, till the 10th of September, we can see more crazy moves. But for now, and yesterday, look at this close, because we have been, as they say, lucky. I love that. It's pissing me off, of course. So we have been lucky. We have been lucky that this line was here and that the price stopped under it and that we just spike above it and that the volume stay under it. I'm joking. Of course, we had a nice daily close right under the 100% with a spike above, which was what we were expecting to happen. And we can still see a little bit more perhaps today with the NFP. So today NFP is very important. We have some expectation on today NFP. Let me go back there and look at this. Did you saw the Dixie chart? I changed. Is it okay? Did you saw the Dixie chart? And do you see now the data trading economy page? Please give me a yes in the chat just to confirm before I keep on doing. Okay, so this is the NFP. So you saw there was a very good number in July. The expectation for this one is very low. Is in this the expectation for today, if I'm not wrong, is 250 or something like that. It's really low. It's half of what was the other time. So it would be in this area. So even if we beat a little bit, even if we are a little bit above expectation today, it's not necessarily a bullish signal at all. It would even be, in my opinion, a bearish signal. At the same time, I'm looking at today. Yes, today expectation is around 2095, 2050. It has been reduced in the last day, which means the data is probably not very good. So we could see 200, but whatever happens, as soon as we are in this level, under those levels here of April, May, June, everything, and as soon as we would post potentially the lowest reading since, let me check when. No, I want that on in a column chart. So if we, this one is bothering me, so let me put 5 years. This is 5 years. Okay, so we cannot get it as I want. But as soon as we would get, if we get 295, 250, or even 300, that would be the lowest reading since at least 2 years or more. I cannot see it there. I will try again. Let me check. So I will put June. I will put here June 2020, 0209, 2000. No, it's not what it's giving. So I will put here 2020. That should be okay. I hope. That's not what I want. Okay. So I'm just trying to see if we can get it on the 2020. Okay, it's not working. Anyway, so we would have the worst reading in the last in the last period, and that would be not bullish, even if we are a little bit above, as I said, with 300 or whatever. So it's very important to follow what happens today with the NFP, and market is really looking after this number. We could have a very big reaction if that, because that would be the first sign showing in data that we have a slowdown that I am expecting since already a month and a half or something like that, because of all what we saw on the consumer spending and consumer index and things like this. So very important today to see what happened here. Concerning the Dixie, we'll stop with Dixie. So we started with it. So we stop here. I think if we see a little bit of upside, it won't go far away, but I don't think so. I think now we could look lower. If the NFP confirms a lower reading, even in line with the forecast, we will see probably the USD losing stream, which is what I think will happen. And you know, we have been saying that for a very long time now. Concerning the other inside chart, we have all the level we need. Yesterday, I posted this chart with ABC, which was the level where we were looking at. So we stopped there. We went a little bit higher on the spike, as you see here, right on the trend line. And now we are pulling back. We are now, for example, on the quarterly order block and the previous high here. This line is the previous highs we had before, which is on the 14th of July. So this pink line is 14 July high. That's normal. We have a bounce here. People that are blindly buying USD will keep on doing it whenever there is a pullback. That's logical. It's a normal trading activity and strategy to buy the pullback when you have a bullish setup on the EMA and moving average, which is not what we do here. So we had seen this move. We have seen, let me show that to you too. It's a little detail, but that's giving a little bit more interesting insights here. Where is the 161.8 there? So you see on that inside ABC, we stop mostly on the 161.8, right on this trend line. It's just a small detail, which is not very change gaming or whatever, but it's just something else we have. So it shows how interesting it is, even the reaction here on the 78.6, 76.40. We are now back testing all those levels. So if we will see some reaction on some of them, especially the 61.8 here, together with this 50% inside fib, which was the ABC up. So you see here we have two ABCs up, this one and that one. So probably this one will react more because we have a confluence. Then we have the big 76.40 here. Same thing, all the level that has been pointed as being a strong resistance becomes support on the other side, with a difference, which is the tailwind. And I think the tailwind is widely downside on the USD now, even if we go a little bit up, which is something I have always been saying. It can happen, it will happen, and that's what we saw. Same thing on the, it's a little bit of inside alert. So we have probably now a 5-minute setup on my, yes, we have a 5-minute setup. So we could see a bounce. Let me check if we can do kind of light thing here. So we have here a long setup with this 61.8 fib there. Okay, you see it right there. It's coming. So here it is. So we have that. We have at the same time there moving average 200, moving average 1 hour, and we have a small 5-minute setup. So we don't know how market will react, but it's potentially a place where we could see a small bounce. I won't take it now because I have to leave after this slide, and we have a 15-minute short setup, but it's possible we see here a small reaction, and that could be nice at probably on this fib. That would be perfect at 99,829 here. Right here could be a let me check the past. Yeah, it could be precise, this one. So we can see that I would just for the fun take a very little long here. So I took long. I'm long at just there. So at 99,837. So it's a very small long, and with a tight stop, my stop is now right just under this thing, right under those spikes here, you see. So it's a very small stop. I'm just playing around. I did my day already this morning, but we saw this morning on the first reaction, and that's what I wanted to point out. This morning I said I went long. It was there, weekly open. I went long here. There was a 3-minute setup, and I said we will look how we are reacting to gauge the momentum. And we had this nice push up that paid us 30 something pips. I banked 31 or something like that, and I banked 81 from yesterday call. Yesterday call is right there here, so that's when I called the long. It's better on the other side. That's when I went long here, when Dixie was inside that area, and we were double bottoming, which is why I went long. We were mostly double bottoming with this low here. That was the ABC up we have been using on the other way, which is, by the way, where we are right now, the 61.8 of that ABC up. Okay, so I hope that is clear. And as I said, we can see a little bit of reaction here. Perhaps go back to this moving average here, which is here the 4-hour moving exponential moving average. But then we have some volume support there and some higher ABCs. ABC. This one is still valid, and this orange one is still valid, of course, as well as the blue one, of course, there. So that's what we have. What I wanted just to say, I blocked some people yesterday because I was really pissed off people. When we saw this move, everybody is getting crazy and is getting involved in what I call the daily noise. So stay out of that daily noise. Don't look at Twitter or everybody that is singing and, oh, euro is getting wrecked and blah, blah, blah. We have actually a very big Dixie Euro USD divergence. Dixie is disconnected from Euro USD, or Euro USD is disconnected from Dixie. And when that happens, from my experience, it's always Euro USD that is showing the right way. Okay, so what I mean is the upside rod of the Euro USD is confirmed and confirmed again each time we see something happening on the market. So don't get involved with the crowd move and everybody is singing the same thing at the same time. And when the rain is falling, they say, oh, the water is wet. Yes, of course, we know that since a long time. But what we do here is we try, or we use some tools that give us a little bit of reading on what can happen in the future and not only of what happened in the past. And that's something you need to keep in mind. I will just show you a chart here, which is this chart. This chart is using moving averages, and I have a chart where I have mostly all the moving averages and the exponential moving average. That's not what I trade with. Why? Because that is showing us what the past did. That is telling us here the momentum was down, and I agree totally with that. That is telling us now that this momentum was very strong. It's totally clear. There is no doubt about this. But what the tools we use in this group are telling us is how is the momentum health now, not how it was 6 weeks ago or 3 months ago, which I don't care about this. So I don't say it's a better way to trade. I say it's a different way to trade. That's all. And everybody do with what he wants. Some people will keep on shorting Euro USD each time it will touch this EMA and that moving average and this EMA, and we will probably do it at this time. But we will arrive in this time being long and short when we will get there. We will not get short at every small level, because on all the way up, we would get burned. So this is a good strategy if you like to trade the past trend. I don't like to trade it. I was looking at that when my indicator were saying we still had a lot of room on the downside. No, they don't. They just say we have a huge room on the upside and the momentum is dying on the downside. Dying doesn't mean dying now. Is slowing down, is reducing. The strength, the fuel is getting exhausted. That's what we know. And you see it in the price action, by the way, here you see. We can see a little bit lower. Yes, we can. We can go to the to those levels here. Yes, we can. And that would be a dream entry for us. And we know why. And if we drop here like we dropped yesterday, we don't get mad. We get happy, because we know we will get a perfect entry with a perfect setup long. So that's great. So one more time, and for the last time, I repeat it. Get a trading plan according to what you like to trade with. If it's EMA moving average, there is nothing to do here. If it's different tools looking at momentum, exertion, price action, things like that, it's what we do here. In that case, the actual trend for us is upside point. And that won't change even with this small move of yesterday. It won't change. Even if we drop here, it won't change. And that could be possible. Of course, it can be possible. It could be possible. And I will be ready each time it happens, because here you have an ABC. If we look at this, you have an ABC down. So look at this one. I will show it to you, because that's what I do, but I won't play it for the reason I just explained. I will not repeat myself 10 times. That will be boring for you. But if you take that potential ABC down, where is the target? Ha, funny, I have not done it. Look where it is, the one-to-one extension, right on this one. So if today the NFP would be bad, and if this high for today would stay in place, then we meet each other there, or at the 61.8 here. But we have it in control, and we won't get excited like a young girl that is going for the first time to the surprise party or something like that. We will, oh man, don't think like that. So we have a potential one, great, but that won't change anything. I repeat, that won't change anything in the technical readings we have, which are there. I already showed them thousands of times, and that's what we are doing here. And we have this monthly volume reading, which is crazily low. We have it here. It's a little bit cleaner. You see it on the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 1 hour. We are a little bit high now. On the 15 minute, we are a little bit on the upside, suggesting we can see a pullback. Yes, we can. We can go a little bit lower. Yes, we can, because this monthly thing, it doesn't mind about 100 pips move. That's nothing. That thing is showing 1,000 pips move here. So 100 pips move more on the downside, we change nothing. We just make it stronger, and we'll make that the other time frame will join it, making a much stronger move with a lot of fuel on all the time frame together. That's what we look at. And the last point is this one. What we have, again, monthly, and that's what you need to think when you have those crazy moves like we had yesterday. When you see that, say, okay, I am inside a very big monthly setup. And if I look at the weekly, I am in a long weekly setup. And if I look at the daily, I am inside a long daily setup with a divergent. Then if I look at the smaller time frame, let me click here so we have everything together. Okay, click. So you have here the picture. You see you have a short 1 hour together with the other volume we just saw. On the 4 hour, nothing. On the 1 hour, daily, weekly, we are here. On the daily, weekly, monthly, we are here. So that's what we need to keep in mind. And then you don't get trapped and then change your mind and come back to the other view. Okay, the euro will go to 0.5 or whatever. We know where we go, we know why we go, and we know where we will be soon. That's all from what I wanted to say about this reaction. When a move like this happens, it happens, and that's normal. And each time it happens, we must see it as a gift for us, because we can reload longs. And when that will start, it will start hardly, it will be very brutal, and it will go up over 1,000 pips, from 1 to 3,000 pips. That's what we are looking for. So in that case, 100 pips down, 50 pips down, or 150 pips down, like this could be from actual highs, we really don't mind. It's completely the opposite. It's a nice thing for us. Okay, so I stop with this, go back to the chart reading. So we are here. I just draw this one. So we know we have the one-to-one extension there. If we would have a very good NFP, we would go there for sure. And every good body would get excited. On my side, what I would see, okay, let's do it that way. What I would see, or if we have a very good NFP, even not a very good one, but people would interpret it as a very good NFP. Let me log that thing, okay? So if this afternoon we beat a little bit the expectation, with the expectation we are 350 or whatever, people say, oh, dollar is strong, is unstoppable. Okay, they will buy dollar. What will happen? We will go down. So, or we will just double bottom here, and then from there go up, or we will go lower in that case and touch this area, and from there we would come up, and market would be trapped. What would be done at the same time? We would take the stops under here. So consolidation, then we have a spike to take the stops out, or the weak stops out, and then we bounce from it hardly, which is what will happen. Okay, so we could see that, especially with actual crowd thinking. So whenever something is positive on euro or USD, they just buy, thinking we are going to 120 or whatever on the Dixie. That is nonsense, and that won't happen. I can tell you that won't happen. I'm not against the USD. I'm not against the euro. I'm not pro-euro, pro-USD. I'm just pro tools that I know and that I can read. That's all. And those tools have been showing what they could do. So we can stay with that. If you have any question, just let me know inside the chat room. I am there. I am looking. Any question? So if you have any question, I will just stop the recording for the people who are not from the group.